Islands have always been a wonderful sight, whether it's a scenic view in a movie or a drone shot. The land surrounded by crystal clear water has always been eye candy for everyone. Whether you're a traveler, tourist, artist, or photographer, the beauty captures everyone's eyes. But there are some islands that simply don't catch the eye. They might look amazing, but in reality, they are very deadly. And here's the list of the top 10 deadliest islands on Earth. At number 10, Gruinard Island. Starting as one of the most dangerous islands in the world, Gruinard Island was one of Britain's top secrets due to the fact that they tested biological warfare here. During World War II, the British government decided to test Volume 14578. It contains anthrax bacterium, which is a very infectious disease and is still spread out across the island. The Scottish island saw the death of hundreds of sheep due to the contaminated environment. Even after decades have passed and numerous decontamination efforts were taken, the island still remains unsafe for any living thing. Number 9. Miyake-Jima. Gas Mask Island is another name for Miyake-Jima. The island is also part of the volcanic Izu Islands. The explosion of the lava from an active volcano isn't the only fear, but instead, it's the poisonous gases it throws out in the past decade. It has released many gases. Henceforth, the people living on Miyake-Jima always wear masks. When the amount of sulfur in the air reaches a certain level, a siren goes off, signaling everyone to put on their masks. Number 8. Ilha-Da-Queimada Grande. The golden lancehead viper is one of the most dangerous vipers to slither on Earth. Ilha-Da-Queimada Grande, located about 90 miles off the coast of São Paulo, contains the most lancehead vipers than anywhere on Earth. The snakes are so dangerous that they can melt the flesh off humans. Thousands of years ago, these snakes got trapped on the island, and no one knows why, but they eventually started to take over the island because there weren't any predators to control the population. This allowed them to thrive and overpopulate. Overpopulation led to the lack of prey, but the snakes managed to adapt and climb trees to eat the birds. Civilians are not allowed to enter the island, and it's banned by the Brazilian government. Number 7. The Bikini Atolls. Although it's a spectacular island, the dark clouds still cast a shadow on Bikini Atoll. At one time, it was a major site for nuclear tests in 1946 to 1958. These tests were conducted by the United States. Although many years have passed, the aftermath of these tests still haven't been fixed. Even when it was declared a safe place in 1997, the residents refused to live there. Since there were poisonous chemicals in the air, the food at the island isn't safe to eat. This is the reason why eating locally grown produce is banned. And on top of that, sharks lurk the area and sometimes even attack people on the Bikini Atoll. Another main threat to the atoll is that there's a climate change, the presence of numerous live bombs, and fuel in the water. The place is protected by the Historic and Cultural Preservation Act. The legal protection and traditional protection applied are fitting, but they must be backed up to include the protection of the land-based military waste. In order to change the atoll into its original state, which is naturally, conservation takes on a precise meaning in this case. It may be therefore acknowledged that no outside help or other programs are needed. However, it is necessary to guarantee safety by dealing with any other military-related risk to get a proper understanding of what items are on the atoll. This way, if measures need to be taken to clean up the atoll, they know what is located on the atoll. At number 6, we have Ramree Island. In Burma, Ramree Island has had the biggest tragedy caused by animals. At the time of the Second World War, the battle between the British and Japanese troops was extremely gruesome. Because of the attack by the British Army, the Japanese troops were split into two groups, and the smaller of the two groups had no choice but to surrender to the British. In order to do that, they had to pass over the mangrove swamp. However, fate has chosen something else for the soldiers. Saltwater crocodiles, the biggest reptiles native to the island, ate 400 Japanese soldiers. The swamp was infested with them, and it was too late until they realized that there were crocodiles in the water. Even today, Ramree Island ranks one of the most deadliest islands in the world. Number 5. North Sentinel Island. As a part of the Andaman Islands in the Bay of Bengal, North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese people, who are some of the world's last untouched tribes. John Chow, who was a 26-year-old American that went to the island, was murdered by the hostile tribes. The outcome remains the same for whoever tries to meet the Sentinelese. Visiting the island is strictly forbidden by the Indian government, and it is also breaking the law. I guess this tribe doesn't want to meet the rest of the world. Anyway, the Sentinelese people live in lean-to huts with angled roofs. There's also a fire outside each and every one of them. They build tiny, narrow canoes and use long poles as oars in the shallow, steady waters of the reef. With these canoes, they catch fish and crabs as a source of food. Additionally, they also eat fruits and berries, along with eggs from seagulls or turtles. For meat, they eat small game such as wild pigs or birds. As for weapons, they use age-old spears and bows and arrows which are tipped with iron. For amusement, they usually light bonfires and sing at night. At number 4, we have Reunion Island. Reunion Island, located in Mauritius, is indeed beautiful. The greenery and scenic views definitely lift the soul. The island receives as little as 25 inches of rainfall per year. In the summer, the temperatures are really humid and hot, but in the tropics, especially at high elevations, the temperature is pretty cool. On the other hand, aside from the scenery, it's still on the list, making it one of the deadliest islands. The reason behind this is the amount of sharks swimming in the water. In the last couple of years, there have been numerous shark attacks. Finally, in 2013, swimming and surfing and other aquatic activities were ruled illegal. Additionally, there is one of the world's most active volcanoes on the island. The Piton de la Fournaise is located on the island. It's erupted 150 times to date and doesn't show any signs of stopping. It's still a developing island with a stable government and lots of civilization, but it still remains pretty unsafe in the waters. Number 3. Saba Island. Saba Island, located in the Netherlands, is probably the last place you would ever want to visit. Stuck right in the center of most hurricanes, this island has suffered the damage of many compared to other islands. The hurricanes in the past 150 years include 15 Category 3 storms and 7 Category 5s. Additionally, has an airport with an airstrip 1,300 feet long. Some aircraft carriers are longer than that. In the waters surrounding it, sharks and other dangerous fish can be found. If you ever wanted to get around the island, there's only one road that is drivable. There's also huge lobsters that walk around the island. Number 2. Farallon Island. Farallon Island was once a place where radioactive waste was dumped. It's estimated that 47,500 55-gallon steel drums were thrown onto the island. However, the exact location of this island remains unknown, making it more deadly. Additionally, since it was a disposal area for radioactive waste, trying to remove all of it was even more dangerous. Another factor that makes Farallon Island dangerous is the abundance of elephant seals. These animals attract great white sharks, thus adding a second threat to this island. And at our number 1 spot, Poveglia Island. Located in the middle of Venice and Lido, Poveglia is not only a deadly island, but also the most haunted one too. Every victim of the Black Plague was buried on this island. Eventually, the small island ran out of space, so many dead bodies were put in the same grave. More than half of the island's soil is made up of human ash. The presence of ghosts are believed to live on the island. Eventually, for the safety of the humans, it was declared illegal to enter this island. That's all for today's video. Islands may look beautiful on the outside, but what some of them contain are extremely dangerous. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more videos. And I'll see you in the next video.